You mean one of the most role play heavy, intense sessions, finalizing parts we had, and of all the times we forgot to record it? You mean that one?
Yeah, probably that one.
Yes.
I guess I'll give it a go. Last time, we started off just after, just after the end of the fight with Lunder, and after sort of just after the dust had settled, also the dust of Lunder settled. Um, we came down from the high of battle and sort of let things set in that whatever there was possible to be done to perhaps prolong Judas's life with the use of Lunder. It had been, removed with his death, and before we could have too much more time to consider the ramifications of it, and what had we done, uh, we fell from the sky as we had just barely collected some of the spoils of this castle, or this palace. It began to all come crashing down into the city, or into the Shadowfell version of Fallscliff. Uh, in that, we were thankfully saved from too much damage and separation by Jethris's use of Featherfall. And when we picked ourselves up out of the rubble, we were then visited by two of our past, visited by a problem, and Gabriel, the summoned problem, being the angel, the diva that uh, was in underneath the Raven Queen, who had aided us during the battle, and for the payment of any Raven Queen related items or items of incredible quality. Of course, that meant the Raven Cloak, which had been revealed to have fallen into the hands of the Nagpa, which had disappeared or escaped, seemingly. Um, we, or Goel, still charmed, I believe, by the angel, gave the Warhammer, the Fugue Maker, over to her, as none of us really could use it anyway, unless we suddenly decided to become paladins or clerics of the Raven Queen. And we basically ended our contractual obligation with that lady, and she promptly left. And then before we could, well, no, she didn't leave. I think Gabriel happened first. Technically, Gabriel approached the party and approached Judas, and essentially, asked if it was done, and had his last his last moment of reflection with Judas. They shared an embrace, and Gabriel offered him only one of very few of his earthly or unearthly possessions that will not see use after he passes off this mortal coil. And since he's not in the under the employ of their quote unquote father anymore, there did not need to be much fighting probably in his future. However, there would be fighting in Judas's future with whatever time he had left. And I believe the angel did open up a portal for us to promptly and swiftly get the fuck out of her land, or out of the Raven Queen's domain, and back to our own, where the party made it back into the midst of the festival, where we could have our, I suppose, reward, or have our respite from all of the vampire dethroning craziness that had been going on in the last couple days. And we partied, as any good adventuring group does. we Some of us drank, a lot of us drank, except for Harmony, who was a boring cop and went to go write a field report. During that, I believe Goel, Judas, and Jethris all had drinks and progressively got sappier throughout the night, and basically it really let things set in for Judas, even if though he wasn't fully in his own head. Um, Basic contemplations of everything that's been going on, and something happened between uh, the inebriated clerics of opposing ideologies, um, which none of the party are particularly in the know about at the moment, but surely not going to live it down in Vala's mind at any point in time. Regardless, uh, after everyone had woken up, I believe Jethris and Harmony went out to go hunt down the hole into the Shadowfell, and either fold it up and take it with them or destroy it. One of the two. I don't remember particularly what they did with that, but nonetheless. Um, and then, whilst that was happening, the rest of the party was discussing what was going on, what they were going to do. Goel mentioned that he had to go talk with the orc or half orc friend that we had rescued in the lead up to getting to Lunder's estate. We or Goel basically had the information that there was a bunch of drow that had been slaving people, and this was potentially connected with uh, his uh, his clan, or the people that enslaved him. So that was potentially the link. I'm not sure if that was 100%. I know that Harmony and Jethris did have their own link that led them towards some similar mountains, or the beneath it, to go speak with some dwarves about some craftsmanship or some particular endeavor. I don't remember the specifics of that. Just remember that dwarves were involved and they needed to go speak or steal or kill them. One of the three. And whilst that happened, uh, Jethris received a sending spell or two from Nate, who was basically saying that we had a bunch of our stuff arrive that was being sold, or that had been sold back at Fry Temple, and there was some things there that we had to collect. That was suggested that we do so before continuing on our various adventures. Which also led the suggestion to get Regulus to link back up with the group and join them. Jethro sending him a begrudging, annoyed sending, somehow mentioning that his best friend almost died, and that got Regulus very concerned that Zeke was harmed and back with the group. And I believe we were just about to sort of get to the point where we were going to go find Regulus and leave, find our merry way out of here.
If I recall correctly, and you are correct in all this, if I recall correctly, Jethros or Regulus told one another to meet at the library, though Jethros decided to give Regulus the cold shoulder and not go instantly. So there's a good chance that Regulus will be just standing there waiting for a good while.
I would
Go
just
ahead.
like to ask Kaz more of
Mhm.
a contextual situation here. Is it more than possible that Regulus was waiting not so far that he had to teleport back into town? He just walked back into town and went to the library.
You were further away. However, technically, you were after a very big fight. Even with the long rest, you still have half your hit dice. I am expecting that your venturing will start the day after. Like, you're not going to use your spell slot that heavily this day. So it's not going to matter in regard to this. So
Oh.
don't save your spell slot for this occasion.
Well, I was just more so meaning so that we didn't have to use the tablet to get back to Fry Temple, because we can't get there otherwise.
Yes, we can.
Can we?
With Windwalk.
It would take a couple
It
of
would take
days
two.
to do Windwalk to get there. However, you
Mhm.
can do tablet to Fry Temple and then Windwalk all the way back in two parts. It is entirely up to how the group wills to do so. However, you would actually have to do teleport to get in here, Regulus. That is a
Gotcha.
given. After that, you can shift around yourselves how you want to use a certain ability. I am okay with all of that.
Okay, I think I got confused myself. I thought we did the math and that we could get there with 2 Windwalks. We would just be like doing that the whole day. Or what's happening with that?
You need 2 Windwalks, and you can only do once per day wind. So it would take 2 days. That's the thing.
Yeah, the bad thing is that Windwalk is not an actual spell that Vala has. It's from her necklace, so she can't use her spell slots to cast an additional one.
Right, but you have 2 beads of it, don't you? I'm
Only
confused.
one of them, if I recall.
I
It's
have,
Windwalk, that is.
as a matter of fact, I have 5 beads, 2 branding smites, 2 blesses, and 1 Windwalk.
Yes, that is correct. Nonetheless, how you decide to get there, it is entirely on you. The only thing that you currently know is that Regulus should be arriving any moment now in the nearby library.
Oh, by the way, guys, besides, our foray into the Underdark, or, just particularly the dark in caves, Regulus is waiting for us in a library. The library in town.
He's waiting for us?
Yep.
Why isn't he coming to see us? What's so important in the library of a rather small town?
I assume it was a place that he knew that he could transport to. I don't know.
Right. Oh well.
the group, or at the very least, I'll assume some of them might venture towards there to pick regulars. I will leave it entirely up to you who goes and who does that, but he shall be awaiting for you in there.
Mm-hmm. Walks up, folded arms.
Well, I suppose we have to go fetch him then, and give him a good earful for leaving without saying a word.
Oh, trust me, I already did.
He said a word. He said he was leaving.
I am expecting a little more than just the announcement that someone's leaving before they leave.
Why?
So that I know they are, whether they're going somewhere dangerous, so that I know they're not leaving because of something I did, or I don't know, just generally knowing where in Arvandor an ally of mine is going. And because he left, we were stuck with that. Ugh.
Hmm.
Uh, he's not the reason for her to be stuck with him. Or us to be stuck with her.
Obviously, because she left.
In any
But-
case, you should have trust in your.
I mean, I definitely trusted my friends that are here that didn't flake at the first sign of like going after Judas's dad. I mean, it's whatever. Just seems like a
He's
pretty
in
important
trouble.
thing that you'd want to be here for.
If he is in trouble, then it is his fault that he did not let us know. Or maybe he can't let us know.
Considering what we have faced in the last month, I strongly doubt that he is in such bad trouble that he cannot share it with us, of all people. What can be worse than an elemental cataclysm?
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. We gotta go and hear it from the horse's mouth itself.
He's not a horse. He may look like it, but
Yeah,
he's not a horse.
it's a figure of speech, Goel.
Do all metaphors go over? Are all your people like that, Goel? Do metaphors go over your head?
What do you mean?
I mean, I've never met another one of your kind. So this is actually this made me curious. Like the figure of speech Jethro just made, and you took it literally. Does do you take all words literally?
How else would you take word?
So there's two of you.
I'm confused.
There is two of them. I see them clearly. There's Gaul and there is Gahul.
No, I mean sometimes. Has either of you read a poem or a novel?
Are you asking us?
Either of you. It's like there are two girls that you're talking to those two. He kind of points to Gahul and then just next to Gahul.
What are you drinking?
I think I've lost what you're trying to say.
Judas, what are you drinking?
I don't know. There's something called
Give me some.
Huffling Piss. It's called Huffling Piss. Do you want it? It's the name of the drink, I think. Here you go. Tosses him a bottle of Huffling Piss.
You know what, Jethros? He looks at Vala looks at Jethros with somewhat, a slight hint of malice, as she suggests, "Why don't we let Reggie explain figures of speech to Goel when we meet him?"
Yeah, sure. Whatever. I think we should make him wait just a little bit longer.
Right.
But eventually I will go grumpily to go find this regular
Yes.
guy.
Yes, we need to find him. So, just to make sure, do we agree? Do we agree on going to Fry Temple first or Underdark?
Hmm. As
Which one
shitty.
has...
Sorry.
Oh, you go.
As
Judas,
shitty as it sounds, as horrible as I'm about to put it, you know, those guys aren't going anywhere right now. If they are still down there. And if we went back to Fry Temple, apparently, according to Nathaniel, we'd get a boon of sorts. And I'd prefer going in with a boon than without a boon.
Mm. Well, Fry Temple does have a holy site dedicated to my queen, and oh, I cannot deny the wisdom in that, Jethros. But if Goel's people are captive to the Drow, how long will it take will we stay in Fry Temple?
Oh, I hope we're just picking up the shit and going. I mean, I got this tablet right here, and what was the name of the drow guys? Goel, the house. Either way, I'm sure that when he's sobered up and can tell me, I'm sure
I tell
that.
you the name.
Ah, yes, of course. Insert name here. Well, I can just use this and say, take us to the house, the drow house of insert name here, and we might just pop up in their house. Because it just lets me do stuff like that. Like I went to, Zol? Yeah, Zol. Without even ever going there before.
So we appear there
Yep.
and wreak havoc. I
Mm-hmm.
like this plan. I want to ask you a question. Wizard.
Yeah, what's up?
If you knew your family was being enslaved, and you knew where they are,
Mm-hmm.
would you go and
Cut out there for a moment, but I'm gonna guess I already know what you meant with the question. I'd probably definitely just go straight to the source.
You would not wait.
Yep.
That is what I want as well.
Sure, well, let's go fucking get regular and we'll teleport there. Problem solved.
Diggy diggy oh, diggy diggy oh, diggy diggy oh, diggy diggy oh. Yeah.
Into the streets of Fallscliff you move, and soon enough, you will move to the library to see what I would assume being nearly impatient Regulus, kind of just looking left and right, trying to see when his friends will show up. However, I'll stick to Regulus if he wants to do more of an description of how he's currently looking in there.
I think Regulus is just standing there, not so much as impatient as just kind of concerned that he might have been just left, which is quite hypocritical. But he, just waiting, tapping his foot.
Walks up with folded arms.
Oh, hi, Joe. You're mad. Mad.
Oh,
Mad.
hey, regular.
Look, Jethris, I'm going to be honest. Elma has said every possible permeation of my name. You're not going to find a new one. What'd I do?
Oh, no, nothing, I just, could have really used you. When
Heads up.
Judas's dad was... It's whatever. It's fine. Just a super important thing to one of your friends. I mean, speaking of, you might want to leave now because we're about to do that again with Goel.
I didn't want to leave. I didn't know you didn't even know you guys were going to be able to do that this fast.
Hmm.
Also, if I stayed here, there's a good chance that you would have had two enemies.
Hmm. Well, would have been nice to hear that. At least.
Regulus kind of just like awkwardly shuffles on his feet. Sorry?
No, it's fine. I understand you got your own things, time traveler and such. I got time cops to beat up, right? So that's fine. But if you're willing to, I think Goel would love your help with his drow problem.
Goel has a drow problem? Like drow in the city?
I shall not speak on his behalf. And Jethris will gesture to Goel.
Help me speak more.
My family and tribe are enslaved by the house of Tanorthal in the Underdark. We are going to save them. Or at least kill as many drow as we can.
Sure. I'm not too much on the killing people part, but they don't really sound like good people. So, and I'm more on the saving your clan side. But if they threaten us, then yeah, I'll probably do whatever I have to. Wait, these aren't? I assume they're because they're doing the enslaving thing that are not like Spider Queen Drow, and they're not the Dark Dancer Drow.
do not remember.
Yeah, they're probably Spider Queen drow. Hi, Vala.
Hi, Reggie.
She called him Reggie.
It was a bit more
It's-
pleasant than regular, but you know.
It's good to see you, Reggie.
Yeah.
Reggie, he said it twice.
What's wrong with him?
Oh, well, nothing. We just had to murder his father, his vampiric, Shadowfell dwelling father,
And my wife's sister.
of course. And since yesterday, he's a little more drunk than a dwarf in his wedding.
I mean, I'm so drunk. I believed I saw Vanna walking out of Radiance's room the other night. That's how drunk I am.
Jethros? No, Judas. Judas, you're well
Hmm?
past beyond your living years. Don't make me force you into Arvandor.
Avenue? Is that what you call the movie used on a Avondor?
Why do I bother? Anyway, Regulus, why? Why did you just leave? Couldn't you just give a warning or a
I
heads
did.
up? You just said you were leaving. Where did you even go?
Well, hold on. Back up. A couple steps. You said Radiance? He was here?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that
what was
fucking
it?
old lady came, but she wasn't
Old lady?
old this time.
Oh yeah, no, she definitely knows it old. Right curves, right spots.
Whatever.
Okay, we can. I'm gonna block out the left side, which is Judas, and I'm only gonna look at the right, which is Jethros and Vala. What? Wait. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Your reaction, I do not like.
Wait, you and her
What?
did what?
Nothing that you should ask for about, but she got on my nerves. That's all that happened.
Behind it, Judas is kind of making the circle and the finger.
Jethros, can you
I don't
do
know how
something
that.
about it?
What the fuck am I gonna do?
I don't know. You're good at
Judas,
shutting
shut
people
the fuck up. I'm
Oh,
sorry, that was really
don't
rude.
feel,
You're going through a lot right
Vanna.
now.
And then suddenly Judas goes all morose. Don't worry, Vanna. Everybody always leaves everybody in the end. I mean, my dad did a Regulus. Cassandra did a Regulus. I mean, even my brother did a Regulus at the end. They all do Reguluses at the end. I mean, we're all just alone, abandoned,
Val is
regular.
Okay,
Jethros is cringing bad.
I'm gonna leave the use of my name as a verb some to the side a moment. Okay. All right. A younger Radiance was here.
Mm-hmm.
That's putting a lot more into perspective than I thought.
Oh, please tell me she's not another time traveler.
Oh no, the one you met probably isn't.
In
The
the
one that I
future.
know is. That's where I was. I was at. I don't know how to describe it. Sort of like a weird temple. I think she made it. I think she conjured it herself. Temple home thing.
It.
And I don't care. Basically, she showed up, played with my heart, left me alone. Regulus fucked off. Like everybody else.
Oh, everybody, hang on. I was
You know,
here.
it's just about,
Ex-
it's just
excuse
some time. You
Oh
know,
my
just
God.
some time difference before your Regulus out as well.
And Regulus, I'm trying to focus really hard over what Judas is making of himself right now. So, yes, it is possible for a powerful priest to conjure a temple all by themselves. That's how I created the sanctuary. But it takes a long time to make it permanent. And the priest would need to be present. What are you getting at?
Oh, well, that's where I was. That place is it's she said it was one of the places where she can be, and by extension I can be, where I'm not spotted by the Time Lord.
A what?
Oh,
Hey, you
you
don't
weren't
want to
there.
get into it. It's
For that conversation.
it's a whole thing, Vala.
All right. I will pretend it's wizardry, just like everything else, before it gets more complicated that I can get.
In fact, I remember it is the Regulus believes he is time traveler. I believe he is not well in the head. Rico? Yeah.
Time is not a road.
Hmm.
It's your conversations whenever the one in front of us right now is so confusing.
Yes. Okay. I'll just say this to make it a little more simple. Um, I am being hunted by someone who really doesn't want me here, being this plane, this time, etc. If they find me, they will take me back, either by asking or not asking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that place is a place where I could hide from them,
Hmm.
because anywhere else, or not under the effects of something like a non-detection spell, uh, they can somewhat track me, probably. But they're mainly going to be looking for Lady Radiance and probably myself soon enough.
Great. Can we move on now?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to that. I just don't know what I just I didn't know what was happening the last couple times, and Jathras is throwing blame, and Judas is
I'm not throwing
Judas.
blame. I'm just saying that we could have used help. Either
Yeah,
way,
yes, Regulus. I am no name. Don't worry it out.
uh, Regulus looks over to Vala and like sort of like puts his hand next to his mouth to like block his speech towards Judas, like to hide it, and he goes, "Don't you have like lesser restoration? You know that's like an instant sober, right?"
He's not worth He's not worth the strain.
Not worth it.
Are you sure?
Trust me, if we're going to the Underdark, I would rather cure drow poison than cure his lack of self-restraint and mortal celebrations.
Speaking of
Diggy
going to
diggy
the
hole.
Say again,
we
Goel?
can. Speaking of going to the Underdark,
mm-hmm.
we cannot go there directly. You see, the family or the clan or whatever you want to call them,
Mm-hmm.
they move around.
Mm.
I was told it was around an area, so we might have to hunt them down.
Mm. Jethris puts the tablet away.
Figures. Nothing is ever simple down there.
Right. Well, didn't you say we? Sorry, Jathus, didn't you say we had to go to Fry Temple? Or Nate wanted us for something?
There's something we can pick up there, but Goyle obviously wants to take care of his, people, and I fully understand that. Also, being that he helped me out, with my family, I feel like we should rather quickly go to keep his safe.
Right, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not the bastion of preparation and planning, but wouldn't it be good to go to Nathaniel? I mean, Nathaniel could make us antitoxin or potions, not just for us, but for people that we're trying to save. Because I don't know how big Goel's clan is now, but if we're saving a lot of people, we got to have a lot of things to help that.
Well, yes, that was the idea. That if we can make our visit to Fry Temple very brief, it could be advantageous preparation when going to the Underdark. Even though both me and Jethros don't really enjoy the idea of letting Goel's people suffering more than necessary.
Hmm.
Is it possible to maybe uh, search in the books uh, where they could be? Because I do not know. The area is vast. The mountains are
Hmm.
large.
The books?
I do not know. I see you read books all the time and you produce magic and knowledge.
I was just clarifying. I wasn't meaning to pester you. I mean, certainly I could see if there's any historical significant drow attacks that came from beneath the mountains.
Hmm.
I don't know how far they would have forayed down in there, though.
I know a passage, but I don't think it will take us directly where we want to be. You see, back when I first joined the Alarian Circle, there were some adventurers who helped open that very large tunnel that connected the first two inns that belonged to the guild. Perhaps that tunnel might still be functional. I'm pretty certain there was a drow attack during its construction, so maybe we can follow that lead,
Like
considering
in these mountains or far
ver-
away.
it ended up close to those mountains. See, the second inn, the one that still stands, is in Oronor, which is, please do correct me, Kaz, but Oronor is south from where we are, right? It's some distance, but it's still somewhat south
I can
than
put
where
on
we
the
are.
map if it helps in this.
Yeah, I do recall it's on the same mountain spine, but there it is.
A
Yeah,
little bit southern indeed. The idea in whichever case, going to the Underdark, just going to the Underdark won't help. Going to the Underdark to an Underdark settlement can be a way to grab information.
mhm,
But yeah,
yeah.
I only ask because when I was reading up on these dwarves, it was mentioned that there were tunnels at the base of this mountain that we could get into there with.
Hmm.
So,
Well, honestly, I am going to trust your searching, Death. I haven't been to Ornor in a long time, so we may just use that passage if Plan A fails. Also, I was thinking, but it's not a very comfortable idea. What are the considering you're the one who spoke with Nathaniel, Jethros? Did he seem? Did he sound like there's any sort of immediate danger in uh, that place in Fry Temple?
Nope. You sound pretty happy.
In that case, what if we try to speed up the process by by leaving two of us to look for the entrance we need, or at least scout our possible entrance point, while the rest get to Fry Temple and get whatever boon Nathaniel can offer us. But I'm not sure how good that can be, considering that danger might occur to those that stay here.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, that's fine with me. I can do as Goel suggested and look into the records here, see if there's any more mention of these tunnels, whether that be warding off of them or simply tales of darker creatures emerging from them. Just sort of triangulate their position.
Mm.
I usually vote Republican, but I'm also voting for Andy Bashir. I definitely feel that Kentucky's moving
Right.
forward under Andy's leadership. He brings great ideals to the floor. Andy's the guy that's been bringing.
That's what you were suggesting, right? That some people stay back to look around.
He makes sure.
Yeah, basically that. If anything, just to just to save some time, considering not all of us are too excited to get into a holy city. And she does give sort of a look towards Judas and less of a look towards Goel.
Why?
Why?
mean-
What?
Goel and Judas are one of the people that, or some of the people that were the most interested in doing stuff back in Fry Temple.
Well, yes, but Fry Temple might interest Judas in a way, but I know that Goel probably would prefer to do what he can to find his people. I don't know how comfortable he'll be being that far away from where they are. But that's only a suggestion. I'm not going. It's not a plan that I myself like the most. It's just an idea to save some time.
When tracking someone or something you do not know anything about is the most dangerous. We must get all the information we can so we are fully prepared to track numerous animals and monsters. If you do not know anything about a bite or poison, how to solve a specific thing they have, you will endanger yourself. It is better to study the target from afar, learn as much as you want about them. As much as I hate that my family is waiting, my tribe suffers with each moving second. I do not want to join them and be a slave myself and involve you as well. You have a terrible fate.
Then that's all. Then that's all that was needed. That I needed to hear. We're all going to Fry Temple. Besides, I just realized, Kaz, if I do remember correctly, there's probably a temple to the Dark Dancer in Fry Temple, right?
That is correct.
So Vala will add. If there are worshippers of the Dark Dancer there, they may have some maps to the Underdark. It's a maybe, but
I'll talk to them.
Was that the one I gave the sword to with the good legs?
yeah, her. Her worshippers are drow, mostly drow, who left the Underdark, but probably have some experience with the entrances there. So
I vote for legs.
So I guess you'll join Regulus when going to find them.
I mean, technically somebody has to make sure a Regulus doesn't do a Regulus. Yeah.
Right. So, in order to move a bit faster, we could do that, and Jethros, I'll join you and Goel in finding Nathaniel. But after that, I would like to take some time in the holy site dedicated to the Queen of Arvandor. Besides, I'm going to need a new shield.
I mean, if that's what we're doing, it shouldn't be too hard to find Nathaniel. I mean, we have like a kind of a home base there. And I could just ask him where he is.
I had forgotten about that, which is excellent. Great. So, where are we going? When are we going?
Well, if that's what we wish to do, I can use the tablet to get there, I guess. Or we could use your little walkie thing.
You said you're very, very familiar with the base there, right?
Yeah,
You
but
know
it doesn't
the
really
base.
matter with this tablet. It just either fucks us over or it doesn't. It hasn't fucked us over yet. Let me just be clear.
All right then. The tablet is. Do remind me. The tablet is an action to be used, right?
Correct, and it's an Arcana check of about 21, I think.
21, I think. Something like that. Okay. Which means that it can be used mid combat or in a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Vala will answer. I think it's better if we use my amulet. It will take longer, but should something happen and we need to get back here fast or leave Fry Temple urgently, I think we should have the option of immediate movement with the tablet.
Yeah. Also, the fact that, like, I just thought about this. If we wanted to, once we're in Fry Temple, I could just say to the tablet, "Take us to the Underdark beneath the Crimson Mountains." And, as long as everything went PG keen, we'd just go there.
Also, a reminder. I don't know if if it's really needed. I can teleport us anywhere we need to go after another rest. So I have a backup plan if need be.
Ideally.
So if the tablet sends us into some terrible place, hopefully is on the same plane as this, then we'll be fine.
Yeah, it would never do that though because I'm supremely magical. An expert in the arcane,
Profoundly.
you could say.
The greatest arcanist in this land. So
I'd never be so boastful to say that. But yeah.
Right.
Right, so where are we going? How are we
So,
going?
gather around, everyone. I have to admit, I do enjoy this short ritual.
I actually have a question.
Problem is, we got, every time we become mist kind of things. Is it the mist one or are we going to teleport one?
Yeah. Or, well, the leaf cloud.
A cloud, so we become the cloudy things. Only problem is when we turn into something like that. I remember becoming that you don't get you say, I will become sober. I don't want to be sober.
I would much rather you sober flying around as a cloud that can move very fast than drunk.
Okay.
Right.
Just do it. Just do it.
All right.
Mistress will get hurt. You.
I have a question.
Oh yeah, Zephyrus has been wanting to ask something.
How long
Yeah,
does
Zephyrus.
Windwalk last? What's the duration?
8
8
hours.
hours. You can get up to Mudrun with a single cast, and the next
say that
day
word.
you can cast it again to
Okay.
get to Frighten. But
So
you'll take 2
follow-
days to get there.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
I can go into my jug and just be inside this item. Could one of the other members hold my jug while I just work on something in my jug?
Depends how it is worded on the Windwalk. But
Like a
potentially, yeah.
scroll?
I mean,
You could get the time, assuming you have the materials. You should be able to do so.
Yeah, I've been working on the scroll. I just haven't had a lot of time, understandably. Anyway, as I can if one of y'all wouldn't mind just holding on to my jug for a bit, I got a little scroll I've been working on, and I just want to get some progress on it.
all right. I could hold it for you.
Oh, that would be a blessing.
I see the pun was intended.
Sure. Okay. Well, I won't keep y'all. And he corks up into the jug onto the ground.
Stopper added on top of it too, as the jug is concealed.
All right. So Vala will secure the jug on her belt, and she will pull out her last vial. I think she does have a vial of holy water with her. Let me check. I recall last session we did mention that holy water is one of those reagents that has to be bought, right?
Yes.
Actually, she has used it, so she will need to spend 25 gold to get one. She has to get 2, so she'll spend 50 gold to get.
In regards to this, you can ignore it only because it's from an item. When you cast a spell through an item, it does not require verbal somatic material components. You just use the item. It is technically appears from the item, but still, you do not use any of the components in there.
Oh, that's correct. That's correct. Do remind me. This applies to reagents that cost a lot. Like, okay, right. In that case, so Vala will hold out the middle bead of her necklace, that beautiful necklace, And so the same leaf storm will be riled up and about what, 10 minutes later? 1 minute later.
I think
it
you
will
do it as a bonus action with a bead.
Even better. Is it okay if she takes her time with that? Like, it's a very nice spell.
Go for it. I don't mind it.
So she will use the full minute for that, as if she wants, if she can, and so the leaf storm will enshroud us all. When it somewhat subsides, all that's left is 5 leafy clouds, which can fly freely into the air at breakneck speeds. Thankfully, clouds don't have necks.
And indeed, you will turn into motes of fair as you start to transcend. Hours will pass as you venture on the horizon. I guess you'll be stopping in Madran or in the woods nearby. What is your first stop? Because Fight Temple needs an extra cast for sure before you get there.
Let me check something real quick. So the distance we can do is that. So
Up to
basically,
400 miles.
yeah. So basically, about anywhere here, which has a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, it's Blue Creek is way too far. And considering we've already traveled for like 8 hours, we're in no position to keep traveling. So yeah, I figure Madron is the safest bet.
Just keep an eye on it. I do not mind it. Wherever you wish to spend the evening for the day, will it be Madron or into the woods outside? If people don't want to spend time in Madron, that was, but just keeping an eye into this. I guess Madron makes more sense to resupply if people need anything as such, and indeed, at the end of the 8-hour mark, you will find yourself in Madron. Instead of going to the journey faster, you're prolonging it by 2 days, but still, at the very least, you will be way more supplied than you were prior. As you will reappear, I am assuming something along those lines, Goel. That's the idea, but you'll take a few days extra in order to do so. As you fly towards there, and by the end of the night, you will. That is what I think you are doing, but we'll get to that when it is the time, as you will form into the town of Madral once again, a place and a town filled with music, and surely it shall echo throughout the multiple streets of it. Yet still, everywhere around that you look, drunken, disorder, people acting and laughing around, cursing, fighting, laughing, singing, dancing, and wretched. All of that things once again occur in the town of Madral, where you have become accustomed with it. The lot of you reappear in your material forms into this place once again. I'll assume you really don't want to be out of character, that is mainly, but if people don't want really to spend time in here so we can advance things up, feel free to do a quick description of what each and every one does for the rest of their day in Madran. Else, if there is something that they would actually like to do, we can obviously take some of the session time to do so, but entirely to each and every one of you.
Or we can just
It's
detect what we've done.
more of a pit stop in between here and Fright Temple. So whoever wants to give us a quick description or suggest of an activity, feel free to go for it.
Go. Here, taste this. Dragon He was from the father's cellars, dragon-born fire spit way.
Right.
Makes you be fire, they say. Yeah.
I usually vote Republican, but
So,
I'm also voting for Andy
if
Bashir.
my memory serves,
Well, Kentucky's moving forward under Andy's leadership.
maybe I'm wrong,
Brings
but
great ideals
did
to
you
the
say
table.
something about
He's the guy that's
Boffle?
bringing the two parties together.
Boffle? What is
Bashir's brought
Boffle?
a lot of good jobs to the state of Kentucky. He makes sure
Yeah.
that the police have everything they need to keep
Boffle?
Need
What is
a
Boffle?
brothel.
the income tax. That's a big
Brothel.
huge deal. I voted
Yes.
for Trump because I thought he was putting the American
Well,
people
I
first.
don't need a
I'm gonna
drink.
support Andy
I
because
don't drink
he really
blood
is putting
anymore.
Kentucky
Remember?
first.
It is not the drinking of blood that you can do in a brothel. Follow me.
I forgot about
I'll
that.
show you.
Oh, well, off we go. Forgot about it. You have to keep in mind, it has been a couple 100 years.
Oh, don't worry.
Dot.
Fast forward.
At some point, Val is gonna feel the shaking at her side as the jug rattles. Jethro's being done with his day of work. Oh, shit. Val, why'd you take us here? You know I'm not supposed to come here.
Frankly, it was either that or middle of nowhere.
This is a good choice. Winning Madron, am I right?
Well, by a small margin, a good choice. A very, very small margin. Look, I'll stay with you, keep you out of bad company.
No. Really, actually, I think I should. I still got some things to do. If you want to come with me, I got some things to sell.
Sure.
I think there should be like a fence or something that'll give me a good price on these. And Jethros will be looking around for an inconspicuous place to sell antiquities. That's cool.
Surely you will find multiple places around here that you can pawn an art object or so. A lot of eccentric nobles venture in Madron as well, buying gifts for their love affairs and whatnot in this place. But surely you'll be able to pawn whichever item it is that you are looking for, Jethros.
Okie dokie. I will. Is it like a selling price or is it for less? How do I do this?
If an art object says a specific price, that is the price that you are getting for it.
Okay.
Makes it easy.
So, could I try and do something really shitty? And, because I have 2 carved ivory statuettes, could I try and upsell them as, like, a set?
Were they from the same horde or different horde?
This is, from, what, our Zorn friend was eating. What I salvaged.
Okay, so both of them came from the same house, that is.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I think it is. Let's see. I think it's a persuasion check that you need to roll. A persuasion check, go for it.
Yeah, as Vala's with Jethros, you'll just see him say, yeah, well, I think I could get a little bit more from this in other places. After all, this is like a pretty big find. You can't usually find both of these in their respective sets at the same time. It's gonna fetch you a pretty penny. I'm just trying to help you out here.
And aside from the normal price that you can pawn them, the 500 gold coins, you will find another opportunity. There is indeed a person that is willing to buy 150% of the total price. I think both of them cost for 500 gold coins. You can
Yes.
pawn them to them for 750 gold coins.
Woo.
However, you will notice on your failed interactions with them the fixation, the way you speak of those items, the way you suggest of where they were found. This person is giving you what could only be assumed as a not really malicious, but not trustworthy of a feeling. Technically, per your roles and everything, that is what you got. A shady individual. You're not sure if they will be put to good use, you're not sure the reason for them, but it does inspire a little bit of distrust in you. If you choose to sell that, that's more than fine.
Shit, I don't think my insight's too high, so yeah, I think he just go for it. As long as he'll check one of the gold coins he gets to make sure they're real, for sure. Not every single one. I give one of the coins just a nibble test.
They seem to be normal coins, no illusion magic, no counterfeit, no anything treacherous in regards to that. Just that person, even with your low insight, is giving you a wrong vibe, but not a wrong, more sort of gut feeling that you wouldn't like to be doing much of a business with this person, nonetheless.
Well, shit, brother. You got yourself a deal. Shakes his hand. Hands over the ivory statuettes.
You see the word pale. Alarmingly pale hand, as they can just shake your hand and exchange the items. You do gain the benefit for that. Before they disappear in the air, around.
Valley, you get a weird vibe off that guy.
I think it was a guy made of weird vibes, Tethros.
Oof. It makes the scales on my back stand up,
I can understand that. Vala will very quickly look at the coins. Do they look like they're minted in another nation, or are they Midland coins?
One's from around the area. Nothing worrisome about this.
All right. She'll look at them and she will say, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if those belonged to some noble a few days ago. But let's just take what we can for now.
All right. Well, after selling, I believe he sold the other stuff before this, but I'm good to settle down for. Looks like it's getting dark. Think I should lay off the drinks for the night, though.
You probably should. Besides, I'd like us to begin our journey about midday tomorrow, so we reach Fright Temple by night. I do imagine Fright Temple shines in all its glory when closer to twilight.
Yeah, they're all about moon shit over there, so that makes sense.
They're all what?
They're all about moon shit.
Can you... I mean, you're not wrong, but can you not say it like that? It's one of the holiest places in these lands.
My sincerest apologies, dear Vala. They really like the moon.
That's much better.
Okay.
Look, I don't want to be like that on you, but it feels weird to hear that S word about something that I devoted my life to.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
No worries. I know you don't mean bad. And honestly, I don't think Reggie meant bad either. I think we were kind of harsh to him before.
Yeah, little shit made me feel bad for him when I was insulting him to his face. Didn't make me feel good.
Well, look, I'm not entirely sure what, but do you think we can get him something that will make him feel better? A small gift?
Sure. What is it even like? Something blue? I don't know. He likes giants, right? So maybe we can give him a big pretzel.
He likes what?
Well, he serves the gods of the giants, or at least one of them, to my knowledge. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, what could we get him?
I have an idea, but it might be a little expensive. But I think I know he'll like it. And Kaz, what are the chances that in an alchemy shop we find a potion of giant strength?
I'd reckon not in this. Well, I guess you're not that far from Malgarth. Give me a second. Take a quick look.
Even the small one, I think it's the hill giant.
You can probably find, at the very least, a potion of hill giant strength around the area. I wouldn't assume that it would be hard to do so.
I think this is the well, Vala will hold that bottle between her and Jethros and ask him and tell him, I think that's the closest thing we can find to that the giant worshipper might consider somewhat interesting.
You think? How much is this thing?
Excuse me. How much for the potion of heal giant strength?
You exchange the price that you'd get about 500 gold coins or something akin to that. You could potentially lower the price up.
I think Vala would let Jethros do the negotiations.
Yeah, sure. 500. I mean, look at this thing. It's all dusty. It's just been sitting on the shelf for who gods know how long. Not a single person has even looked at this, have they?
To aid a little bit, the starting price is 900 gold coins. Based on your charisma check, I based the price that you got.
Listen.
All right.
I will.
Go ahead.
I'm going to use a subtle spell and cast suggestion on this man. And I'll say, man, 500, fuck. I mean, it's just gonna be sitting there, dude. Like, couldn't you just bring it down to like maybe 300, let it go for me? Subtly casting a suggestion. Let me cast it.
To them, it seems like a reasonable price. As they will offer to you indeed for that price. Thoroughly, you are very much well aware that if you are caught doing that, you are headed for the prison straight away. After all, enchantment spells are not allowed without another person being willing.
Yeah, well, I don't plan on being caught, so. Oh, thank you. You're so kind. What? We'll be sure to let people know about this apothecary. You're just the sweetest man. I'll give him 300 gold, I guess.
Well, I suppose we share the cost.
Oh, sure.
So it's 150 or 150.
And Jethers will take out the gold, his arms wobbling with the weight of it. Here you go. Thanks, man. See you later. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here.
As you start running around the town or moving in there, you might hear off in the distance, "Hey, stop that! Stop from me! Listen from in there." You will hear words as shots into the distance, but you're far away.
I think we should go find a place to settle down.
Wait, what did you do? We were just talking to the guy.
Yeah, I don't know. People around here, they'll just do anything to get money off of you. He probably wanted us to fucking fork over more.
Jethros,
Yeah.
what did you do?
Maybe, sort of. Maybe. Perhaps. Casted a little spell.
You know, someone could do that to your parents to get something off them.
Yeah, but they didn't.
I guess this is Madran, and you're being a bad boy by being here, so I'll pretend I did not realize what happened.
I mean,
It's
it's not like anyone else realized. You know, dude's just being fucking crazy.
Let's just go find the quietest inn around here, or at least the most well hidden.
Sure. Jethros follows Vala.
Yeah. Vala has visited Madran a few times. She may know a place that's not as loud as the rest of the city.
Sure, I think the last time that you were there, you as well led the group to some sort of an inn or something akin to that. So that is more than fine. And meanwhile, I'll assume you don't have any other plans for the night, Vala or Jeffers, right?
Not really, no.
No.
And Regulus, what about you?
I did not go into Madron. I am sitting outside.
Wow.
Go
That's
also
a good
forgot.
over there.
Go also forgot to roll his persuasion.
I am waiting for that as anything that Regulus is doing. Still, while outside, there's a lot of people around, there's a lot of commotion as you will be staying in there. Anything that I should keep my mind on, or could I just waiting for the rest of the group to time to pass and regroup, regather by the next day? Not entirely certain as to what exactly is happening in there.
Well, Regulus is dead set on his stance of having as little involvement in this city as he possibly can. And he will, if there are people outside the city that are not specifically Madrid locals, he will just stand around there and wait for time in which he's able to leave.
Keeping an eye in from time to time, it's purely seen as regulars, just keeping company around, speaking with her, and then a lot of things go into his mind. Whatever his experience was, somewhat pleasant, or so overall a positive experience was with Lady Reagans. Surely, it doesn't help, or it cannot be a coincidence that the rest of the group met with the other one. Was the one from your time trying to protect or prohibit you, avoid you meeting them? Things that are going on to Regulus's mind, but in here and into this place, he would know that at the very least, this is a place where he might actually encounter Zeke. He keeps his eyes always looking for his friend. And sometimes a half-orc might pass by that might resemble his appearance, though time after time, he'll end up somewhat disappointed, not finding the friend of his.
He would like eventually, like as he's like only like talk to passersby and like thinking of that, he probably would eventually like sort of gently tiptoe into the city and like walk by taverns just in the faint incomprehensibly small chance that he finds Zeke here, knowing that he was kind of basically just told to give up everything about his power, otherwise Githyanki would kill him. So he probably would go looking just out of the pure mild hope for it, since they've only been like around other cities that they haven't been before.
In a quest to looking for his friend, sadly, it won't be found any. Zeke does not seem to be around, or if he is, he's not to be found. Alas, however, as the other two boys of the group, Judas and Goel, the other two men of the group, will be spending their time by the brothels. An overall positive experience, for sure, as Goel and Judas, both of them, seem to have been, though drunk, had a great time, and the people that were walking there became somewhat more friendly towards them. Each from the two of you spend me 50 gold coins, both Goel and Judas, in this endeavor. But at the very end of all of this, Goel, you have made an allied contact. And Judas, you have made two of them. I will leave it entirely to your ideas, and let me know by the next session of what their nature that is. But during your time spending onto that place, you will have made a friend or two. Be that a confidant into the sex worker in there, or be it another person you would spend your time in there. I'll leave it entirely up to you, and let me know onto the next session in regards to that. But alas, next day shall come. A lot of you will regroup, pick up the pieces of both Judas and Goel, who had a tireful night once again, and head off.
This time you actually see Judas is actually sober for once and whistling a tune. By the way, has any of you ever watched like Deep Space Nine or anything Star Trek wise?
Not really, I would say, for my part.
Damn,
Somebody else.
I'm the
Star
king of
Trek, come
nerds.
on, Star Trek is not at all. I just have never gotten into it. I love Star Trek.
I'm like it seems like I'm the old king of the nerds. No, but there's I don't know if you know Klingons in Star Trek. Well, basically, at Deep Space Nine, they do this whole thing where they show what kind of when they do their ritual, so to speak, they basically end up in the infirmary because they're so rough. And I just basically thinking to this walking, whistling happily, and then Goal as an orc coming out of there, walking behind, whistling, but he's like bruised and blue eye and bite marks and scratch marks all over him like a Klingon.
Mm.
You know it.
Nonetheless, with the upbeat whistling of Judas and the rest of the group amassing in there, a few of the younger individuals, such as Jacobs and Regulus, breaking a few rules to be in this place. Nonetheless, once again, the magical Vala will transform you into motes of air, clouds once anew, to fly and ferry yourselves toward Fry Temple. Into the 8-minute mark, you will. Oh, sorry, Vala. Sorry, wanted to add something.
Just to make sure it was taken into consideration, as Vala said, she would like that we start moving at about midday, so we reach Fry Temple by afternoon to night.
Wrote your hand, and surely I think it applies mainly with Vala, but for others as well. You can prepare spells for the occasion here, as most of you have been in Fry Temple, but for those that have not, I will do again a quick description of this place. As you will fly into Fry Temple and get towards there, onto the very peak of the not of the peak, but at the very least at the summit on the top side of the morning peaks, you will find a clearing, and in there, ground 6 temples around a mass in this place. A temple to the mistress of the Moon Maiden, to the Queen of Alvander, to the Dark Dancer, to the Lord of the Borrow, to the Blessed One, and to the Raven Queen, all alive around in this temple. And the city is spread in such manner, walled around from all sides. Its different temple makes for a different district into the area. Libraries more so fall into the areas where the worshippers of the Lord of the Baron, gnomes, lie. The buildings are smaller in contrast to others, but also a lot of them that have to do with gemstones. Lush gardens with intricate vineyards and a lot of open space around the areas where the Dark Dancer and the Moon Maiden lie. Galleries as also a place of worship, adorned with exquisite crafts of all kinds, lie around the area of the temple devoted to the Queen of Alvander. A smaller district into the area where the halflings, which seems to also have some bigger buildings, breaching onto the area of the Moon Maiden. The two of them seem to have the most inns around the town. The district of the Raven Queen is the most, to put it in words, lone or empty. More of a shrine and an altar, not much of a temple, but an offering to the deity of the dead in here is set. Around the area, some halls of guilds, monster slayers that are expand. As you reach this place, it is a spiritual one. You can clearly tell the moment that you enter this town, that there is something divine about this place. There's something religious.
I usually vote
The presence
Republican,
of it
but I'm also voting
extends
for Andy Bashir.
everywhere
I
around.
definitely feel that Kentucky's moving forward under Andy's leadership. He brings great ideals to the fore.
And
Andy's the guy
up into the
that's been bringing the two
distance,
parties together.
Zavala, you follow the rest of the
Good
group
job,
where
Chief
you are to land.
He makes
A
sure
small
that the police
warehouse,
have everything they need to
few
keep us
objects,
safe. Andy cut the
and walkers moving in and out from there.
I'm voting
As
for Trump.
to the other side,
Just put
you will see
Kentucky
your friend,
first. I'm
Nathaniel,
Andy because I do
waving
think putting
towards you.
Kentucky first.
Hey guys, looks like you made it. You can see some workers in the warehouse seems in better state than it was left prior, as work seems to be done there. A wooden board on the very entrance that reads Hall of the Twilight Chevaliers. Surely a recent work that is into the place mostly you can find supplies and wooden boards along with crates and materials for someone to craft, build, or expand on this place. Make it a home, a house, or a home in general as such. You just arrived in time, he will say. Satrix is visiting her parents in Kesha, but I could not keep myself much longer. I wanted to go through this, but I wanted to wait for you as much as possible. He points into the distance, into a corner, separated from the rest of the crates and the supplies, and here you will see a number of items with letters attached to them. One of them is wrapped around a package that seems to be containing inside some sort of a musical instrument, a lyre. So, another one attached to a map or a scroll case, one of the two. A handful of letters attached to a coin purse and a potion bottle. Another one attached to a coin purse carrying a familiar noble sigil. Another letter on top of a container with some sort of strange liquid. You're not sure what that is. It looks more of a vase or an urn rather than an actual potion of sorts. One seems to be hanging by the horn of the dragon head. The green dragon's head that has been taxidermied stands in display. It has already been put up there onto the horn. Last but not least, a letter attached to a coin pouch with next to it wrapped as a gift a bottle of what appears. Not much of a potion like a vial, more of a bottle, wine or something akin to that. A number of items in there. They're all addressed to us, Nathaniel will say.
Jeez, why the hell would anyone want to give us all that? Besides Dragonhead.
Well, apparently people from around the world that we've helped seem to have tracked this down. I guess leaving out their name and our place of origin did help in the long run.
Wow.
Come on, open
Yeah,
any
well,
one
shit,
of them.
let's check 'em out.
I've been dying to find out what there is in there.
Yeah, well,
Jensen looks to whoever wants to open any of them.
I'll open one of the letters.
Which one?
The first one on top of...
The one with the lyre, I'll assume that is.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Onto the items tab, Jethros, you can read the letter that is in there as everybody is watching towards you.
Yes, some sight reading, of course. I'm known for this, art.
Everybody else is kind of just waiting to see what is there.
Yeah, let me just open it so I can read it. To the lizard folk named Jeth. Oh, that's me. Oh, that's cool. We, the Dwarven family from the Black Caps, extend our deepest gratitude to you for your role in helping us recover our dear Coldrooney's lyre and oh. Losing Coldrooney was a sorrow that will cast a long shadow over our family, and the return of her treasured lyre has brought a glimmer of light into our lives once more. Your kindness and selflessness in seeking out her possessions did not go unnoticed. Gets a little emotional. As a token of our appreciation, and with the hope that I'm great at sight reading, guys. It may bring music back into your lives. It has into ours. We present to you with the attached magical lyre. Whoa. It is a gift we have acquired for the day when Coldrooney would return to us. But alas, that day will never come. We believe that she would have wanted this gift to be shared with someone who understands the power of music and the bonds it can forge. Please accept this gift as a sign of our appreciation for your efforts. Though we may be separated by distance and differences, your kindness has bridged that gap, and we consider you a friend of the family. With warm regards and heartfelt thanks, the parents of Coldrooney from the Black Caps. That's so cute. If a lizard could cry, he would, but he can't. So he won't.
Alright, me next.
Yeah.
Which one you wanna do, Goel?
I don't know, the biggest one, I'm just gonna rip it off.
I guess the biggest one would be the dragon's head, but you can already see the dragon's head. It's just a letter hanging in there. From the rest of them, it would either be, I guess, yeah, that makes it's more fitting as well. Does Goel also know how to read, or are you just caring about that, giving it somebody else? Okay, well, you will see a weird letter in front of you in common tongue, as such is, with a strange sort of container next to it that has a rather dense hue. That's how the item next to it looks. Cannot put the handout or the letter in it if you do not know how to read some.
I'll pick up the letter and hand it to Jethro.
Fuck me.
Here.
Alright. Yeah? What am I reading? What's up? Am I reading this, Goel?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Increases the size so I can read it on my screen, because I have terrible eyesight. To the honored Twilight Chevalier, I pen this letter with a heart filled with gratitude and immense relief. It is with your bravery and swift action that I have been spared from a dire fate that would have left a black mark on my family's name. My recent ordeal was one of darkness, a curse that took hold over my very soul, driving me into maddened frenzy. The hunter's curse that gripped me was a vile and unholy thing, and I shudder to think that of the harm I could have caused. It was your valor, your unwavering commitment to protect the innocent, that saved not only my life, but the lives of my loyal servants. For this, I am eternally in your debt. As a token of my gratitude, I wish to offer you the following rewards. A special war paint that I use on my hunting mastiffs, and that has served us well. When applied to your wolf companion, that's for you, Goel, probably. It shall grant them magical protection, keeping it safer during your adventures. Oh, they could really use that, Goel. I have arranged a full day retreat for you and your companions at the renowned hot springs of Viol's Garden. Wow, that's pretty cool. Having spent many a tranquil day in those soothing waters, I can assure you it's a place of rejuvenation and relaxation. You will be pampered, revitalized, and cared for in the most exquisite manner. Just provide this letter at the reception, and you will be served without a cost. I hope you will accept these offerings as a humble token of my appreciation. It is the least I can do to express my gratitude for the light you have brought into my life during my darkest hour. With profound thanks, Earl Brend Mondistay. Man, human names are sure weird.
Small note out of character in regards to this. Obviously, you can go anytime you want to the spa day. I only advise that you go when you actually want to have a full-on RP day in there, because there's no encounter in there or anything else. But it is a place of work to stay there. If at some point you feel like you need a break or something akin to that.
Do we know if this parchment was written from their stock of paper? Probably
Again,
not,
I'm
right?
a little bit confused.
I was just looking to see if this could be a teleport material component, so I could just go, all right, we're going to spot, and we're there.
I mean, it's not that far. And Village Garden, definitely regulars might have been there, might have even heard of those famous, that famous area, given that it's not that far from Woodgate. I guess it's on the way to Woodgate. It's not that extravagant far, so you would be familiar with the area. I'll give you that at least.
Huh.
So yeah, you can use it as a get out of jail free card with I'm going to the spa at the same time. But yeah.
Regulus will look for something there for him, if there is something.
Indeed, you will see something that is directed to you, Regulus. Next to a letter that seems to be next to a coin pouch, there is also what appears to be a potion bottle that is for your eyes only, the letter in it. I'll give you first the one that is for all to see, or I guess it is your choice which one you would read first.
I guess I'll read the one for all to see, then.
Yeah. You realize it's a letter from the Isle, and you went down near Zone. A letter from Austria.
Oh, good. To the righteous Twilight Chevaliers, I trust this message reaches you with the gentle caress of the sea breeze and a warmth of gratitude. It is with a heart full of appreciation that we write to extend our thanks to you for your heroic actions in saving Ostrom Isle from the disastrous storm that had threatened to engulf us. The people of Ostrom have gathered together a tribute, a sum of 900 gold coins, to express our deepest gratitude for your timely intervention. It is a small token, but it carries the weight of our collective appreciation. To the entirety of the Twilight Chevalier, please accept the tribute and my words of gratitude on behalf of the Ostrom Isle. You are forever welcomed as heroes on our shores, and our hearts will forever cherish the memory of your noble deeds. With the warmest regards and deepest thanks, Elise, Ostrom Isle. And I assume it's the bottled breath. Oh, never mind. It was the coins. I saw it in the thing. Completely ruined it.
Coins.
But I'll take out the coin pouch and I'll look to the party. Well, I think this is for all of us. Something for. No,
How much?
900.
Ooh, cool. What was the like? What was
Oh,
it? The
yeah,
cost
you
was
were.
50. The cost was 50, didn't it? I wonder what the A class cost is.
I'm more
What?
surprised that these people could gather 900 gold among them after their home being so damaged.
I don't know if they were. They might not even be using the currency on the island at the moment. They might just be doing whatever they can to repair the place. There's a difference between labor and, I guess, rebuilding efforts. But yeah, that seems to be it.
I think I'll go next.
Which one, Vala?
Well, the one that looked like an urn was the big one, or it's still there?
The one that looked like an egg was the one that Goel
Yeah.
grabbed.
All right. So, you know what? She'll go with the one that seems to be the next in line after the one Reggie just unwrapped.
Roll me D2, because it's a little bit
yeah.
weird the way you phrased it. I'll go with either one of the two.
All right. You know what? Odds are even. The right one.
Okay. As you turn towards there, you recognize a noble sigil that you've seen, and alarms you sadly. One from the noble house, Lord Yaptham in Madran. Same sigil that, as you called it out, both Judas and Goyle might recognize, as they definitely would have seen it in the brothel of Madran. But I'll put it onto the display. Go ahead, Bob.
Wait. Right. Mr. Yepvon, here it is. So Vala will open the letter as gently as she can, even trying to damage the seal as little as she can, which is pretty much impossible, but oh well. So she will start. For the eyes of the Twilight Chevaliers, it is with great pleasure and deep gratitude that I write to express my heartfelt appreciation for your recent actions in the city of Madron. Your ruthless pursuit of justice and dedication to the well-being of our fair city have not gone unnoticed. I am especially thankful for your triumphant efforts in apprehending the dangerous witch known as Zerisa, who had plagued our streets with her vile witchcraft. In recognition of your exceptional service, I am pleased to offer you a reward of 5,000 gold coins.
Jethro spits
Vala
out
will-
whatever he was drinking.
Yeah, even Vala will stutter a little bit as he reads that. It is my hope that this financial token of my appreciation can be put to good use in your future endeavors, or whatever cause you may choose to support. You have proven yourselves as true heroes, guardians of our Lord, and I am proud to call you allies. Sincerely, Lord Yepvum, City of Madran.
Well, shit.
Right. Wow. Wow. I. I don't know how comfortable I am with that.
Well, you could always just donate it to a
always.
worthy cause. Change blood money into holy water money.
Donate to a good cause, lizards
I-
without borders.
All right.
Jefferson's child support fund.
You know,
They gotta go to
You
college at some point. Sorry, go ahead.
you have a point. We could use it to help some places that are far from cities. Wow. Yes, that's an impressive amount. Right.
Well, we
Uh,
don't have to decide where it goes now. It can just sit there for a little bit,
Oh, I know. I'm just
collect a little
wrapping
dust.
my head around it. The last time I saw that much money was when when a cult fell that threatened all of Midland and some of the neighbors. It's wow.
I guess with the
I
jug, I kind of just got used to seeing that much money.
So, who wants to do the next one?
Anyone's a map showcase and one Dragon's Head. I am still drinking, so one of you guys can go first if you want.
I will read the one on the dragon head.
That is probably the most spoiled one because you already see what you're getting with that. There's no putting that thing into a crate right now. But yeah.
Yeah, obviously. To the residents of the Twilight Chevalier, I am pleased to inform you that your quest for the taxidermy of the dragon's head has been successfully completed. The majestic beast's head now shall stand as a magnificent trophy in the grand hall of yours. Jethris looks around the relatively small warehouse. It is a true masterpiece, showcasing the creature's formidable presence and the craftsmanship of my guild. On a more personal note, I was both delighted and relieved to hear of your involvement in resolving the rather unpleasant incident at the Earl's Villa. If there are any additional requests or work you wish for me to deliver, please do not hesitate to contact me directly. It is always a pleasure doing business with you, and I look forward to providing my services for your next trophy. Wishing you safe and prosperous adventures ahead. Sincerely, Greyback Taxidermy Guild in Madron City.
I'm wondering, can a taxidermist actually make a stuffed head out of ash?
I did get a handful.
I think they did good.
But that just leaves two now, huh?
Well, and then there's one more. Is there just one more left? If Regulus opened the other one?
There's two more. Regulus got a personal letter in that one that we don't know about.
Oh, alright. Why not? Let's see. A coin pouch with a gift wrap bottle. I mean, after all, I just spent some money. I need to refund myself. Ooh, pick this up.
Already.
Coin pouch. What is in this bottle?
Read the
The
letter.
letter is on display. You can go into the front and rewards the bottommost.
Bottommost? Letter?
Yes.
Should I
The one to the bottom. Yes.
Yeah, read the letter first before you look at the gift.
To the esteemed Twilight Chevaliers, I hope this message finds you in the best spirits and health. It was immense gratitude and relief that I write to you today. Though I am not fully comprehend the nature of your heroic deeds, it is undeniable that your presence and actions have worked wonders in our humble village of EoFH. In our darkest hours, where the shadow of the Lady of Doom, supposed hex, cast doubt upon our lands, you offered a glimmer of hope that we have long been deprived of. The once withered crops have now begun to flourish. The signs of recovery is evident, and the green shoot that emerges from the earth. As a token of our appreciation and recognition of your invaluable assistance, the people therefore have come together to offer you a reward of 800 gold coins. We hope this will aid you in your endeavors in the future, and is a small measure of our profound gratitude. Additionally, despite the prohibition of alcohol during your visit, it is my pleasure to present you a bottle of EoFH's finest apple cider, which we have reserved for those rare moments of celebration. May you enjoy it in good health and high spirits. With appreciation, Lady Major Nisa.
It's got some apples.
Apple cider. Apple cider. Ooh. I'm going to enjoy this one. Oh, well, I'm guessing the money goes into the kit. The joint party amount to be separated between a lot of us. So he tosses the cash and money on top of the table. Yes?
What? Oh, sorry. I was just clearing my throat.
Oh, yes. There's one more left.
Yeah. I mean, who should read it? I read.
You can read it.
Why did you do it?
I'll help you, Goel. The final moves next towards you, and as you start reading, he's guiding you through the process. I'll go with that. The last one.
You got this, Goel. I believe in you, and I give you bardic inspiration.
What do I even roll?
Nothing.
You don't have
Just
to
for
roll
fun.
some. It's just
Performance.
just saving you from the back.
Letter from a gnome bard. You just have to read
The last.
Oh, bad. Oops.
Do it with a 2 performance in mind.
Alright, where is this one?
Onto the item tab, it's the last one into the Fry Templar rewards, the letter from a gnome bar.
Holy crap.
To my...
Imagine if I actually do the whole thing like that. That would be...
Do it.
I'm there, yeah.
It's gonna be beautiful.
To my Savior's own pride temple. I hope...
Yeah, that's good.
I hope this letter finds you in good.
Go, my good friend. You see this bottle of apple cider? Yes.
Yes.
You start opening it and throwing us 2 glasses, and I'll finish reading for you. How does that sound?
Oh, thank you.
Yes, no, it's all good.
You were doing so good.
We're brothers now, and he gives him a kind of a punch on the shoulder. Yes, I may not remember your faces nor you mine, but I inquired about the identity of our rescuers and I was told the deeds and whereabouts. As you recall, I was found unconscious near a river in the town of Lesbia, target of a draconian attack. Humbled by your bravery, I feel a profound sense of gratitude for your timely intervention. As a token of my appreciation and with the hopes that you can aid me in the future endeavors, I am pleased to offer you a set of magical scrolls. I hope you will find them useful in your adventures and may bring you luck and protection. With the warmest gratitude and heartfelt thanks, Tana, Garrick, Barit School of Lashmere attaches the following scrolls. Ooh, and he tosses it kind of to the magic people, and he goes, "Go, don't drink it all."
Oh. Most of these are quite potent.
Magic mouth.
Mm-hmm. These sort of ritualistic spells I could see. He looks over to Harmony, who has been silent for this whole time. Would probably be best.
Given
on
Harmony
you.
is not here, Harmony might be awaiting you back in
Okay.
Falsecliff if it helps with your period. After all,
Sure,
they
sure.
are. Yeah, they are not responsible for any of those here. Maybe next time they'll come around.
Yeah, in that case, then I'm going to take every single one of the scrolls unless someone grabs them. No, but yeah, these are majorly magical. I expect these are things that I can probably cast since he was, like me, a bard. If we found anyone of a sort of spell scribing attributes, we'd be able to put this down in their spell book and add it to their repertoire as well. Too bad we don't know any wizards. Wow. I feel spoiled. Like, I feel like, you know, when you finish a big old dinner with your family and you're just, you can't eat like one more bite.
And then dessert appears.
Yeah, feels like that.
I think I get it. It really is invigorating. All this gratitude, even through letters.
Yeah, it makes me feel all... My belly's all rumbly and shaky from all of it. I don't like it.
It is the life of an adventurer.
It is the life of someone who leaves a place better, a little better than when they first arrived.
Thinks back to the devastation orb that went off because of Regulus.
It was gonna go off either way, frankly.
Yeah. Or at least did not let their arrival make it a much worse place. Thing is, look at us. We have powers and abilities that some people in this world consider a myth, a legend. And this is a proof that we use those powers to make life better. Not for one person, not for two, but for so many. I must say that accepting maybe the suspicious lord, all the rest, they are the proof of who we are.
Oh, shucks.
Wished you were some dimension-spanning villain, Jethros? An enemy of life?
It would be kind of interesting, huh? You know, for once you'd be chasing me.
I would first make sure to find a group of young, star-eyed adventurers and patronize them until they come after you themselves.
Mm, that is the way. Oh, shit. Well, Nate, is there anyone in town that needed to talk to us or anything?
I don't really think so, Jethros.
All right.
I just didn't want to keep them sealed for much longer. It was killing me the curiosity.
No, I don't mistake my questioning as sort of a rushing. I enjoyed our foray over here.
That's okay, Jethros. I know you are all busy. In fact, I am very much busy as well. I only have a few moments of time, as I then have to go look for preparations for the ceremony. Still a lot of things to do. Chapters, as he says, and as Nathaniel will then look to the Lord of you, his focus will shift towards Regulus. Regulus, I was trying to contact you earlier on. I did not seem to be able to reach you. Why was that?
I was in a place that you couldn't reach me.
Sounds like some sort of plan or travel. All right,
No.
right, old bride.
Just kind of like some weird radiant respite. I don't know. Weird place. Not weird. Actually quite nice, but very well decorated for what is supposed to be a place of worship. But yeah, no, it was surrounded by anti-divination stuff. So I presume that it also probably blocked out incoming sendings.
Okay, see. Well, as long as you were safe, I just got worried. Oh, time to go for me at least. I hope you would stay longer. I know you're busy. I'll be later on today at night around here if you are, but I have to run, guys. Apologies.
So
I could not
soon?
stay any longer. Well, I thought you'd be arriving by morning, but it's been a handful of days, so didn't know where exactly you would join. And he could. Nathaniel takes a step, looks outside. It was good seeing you, though. I'll keep you posted if there are ever any more.
It has, as always, as ever, been a pleasure, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel smiles and runs out into the fray of the city. After all, he still has to keep managing his own house. This, as you find yourself standing in the hall of the Twilight Chevaliers. Place seems to be in construction. Of what? Exactly. To be determined, that is. With that being said, we'll take a quick 10-minute break. We'll be back for the rest. Thanks, everyone, and be right back.
Yeah, sure.
Aye, aye.
Jethro, she's still there?
Yes, dear.
Why some Spider-Man?
Yeah. I'm not too far in, though.
You guys played that game, eh?
That's yeah. I've only got like a few minutes in.
Anyway, did you see that link? They got a new Critical Role intro.
Yeah. I was told about it, and I watched it earlier before the session started.
No worries. Oh, I've restarted Pathfinder Wrath of Righteous. Doing that devil route this time. I'm gonna become a devil.
Gosh, this liar is so cool.
What
Are
a
you
liar, dude.
still in paternity leave?
No. I'm at work. I was at work today. I was at work the last couple of weeks. I never took my paternity leave. I just took normal leave for a month. But I'm currently looking at taking my paternity leave in February for 2 months. And then, but because it's so hard in our department to get backfills on like short periods of time, when like 2 months or such, I'm thinking of I'm talking to my boss, and I'm thinking of taking maybe my long service leave after that, and then another month, so it makes it 6 months. Once it reaches the 6-month level, they have to backfill you, so that they're not, so that my group isn't understaffed. All that happens if I took 2 months off, all that happens is they're just going to let them go without one less person for 2 months, and then we get back to the amount of workload is so much, and then your colleagues are also a bit sour with you.
Yeah. Being understaffed sucks ass.
Definitely. We had it today. We had a meeting. With the usual funding scheme meetings usually have like a whole FTE person regards to them. This person, a colleague of mine, she has 4 groups she has to work with, and it's just her. And today I almost lost it at the group because they were just giving her so much work. And I was like, I'm telling her, he's like, you can't put unreasonable deadlines on her. She's one person, and you have 3 other groups like yourself, all believing that she's a full FTE in your book. No, she's not.
Yep. Sometimes people are inconsiderate.
Yeah, that's the truth.
If you are like in a service type department or job where people like wait for you to do something, doesn't matter what job it is, people are usually assholes.
Or if you're in government, people hate government
I'm in so much pain right now.
because we apparently everybody is just saying government. You're angry at the tax man, but because I'm in agriculture, I'm still government, so I'm still an asshole.
They're like, why aren't you serving me right now? Why is there any delays? Because you're not the only person in this fucking world.
The best one I have here is this one's like, I don't have to pay. I'm not going to pay it. I'm like, you don't have to pay it, but you're still going to owe it. Like, I'm not going to pay this rate. A rate is a tax. It's under the regulations. You have been given. If you don't pay it, it's totally your right not to pay it. It's not going to disappear. I want to talk to your supervisor. I'm like, okay.
I've had
She's going
like,
to tell
a
you the
couple
same
people do
thing.
that to
Then
me.
who do I talk to get this changed? I'm like,
And then like
you can write to the minister. They're like, okay, I'm going to write to the minister. And then I make a note. 2 weeks later, I get a task from the minister's office to write a reply to a person that wrote to the minister's office. Oh, look, same person I just replied to. How am I going to reply to this person? It's a misconception that people think ministers answer their own mail. Just authorize it.
Nah,
read
people
it.
in the top don't fucking answer or write anything.
They just sign off on it. They might
just
give it
sign
a
off on
read.
it.
They might give it a read and then sign off it. Otherwise, it just gets allocated.
Yep.
So I can't tell them that. So I'm like, I could tell the minister, but I know in 2 weeks I'll be asked to write the minister's reply.
guess I could take the ring of spell storing off for fights. God.
So does anybody? What happened to the tattoo?
It's on Radiance, last I checked.
Okay. Too bad. I was thinking of maybe trying to. I'm trying to figure out a natural way of bringing the staff sheath out.
I mean, we didn't really like go over it before everyone left, or before we all left. But out of character, I would have probably given the tattoo back to the group, or Radiance would have given it to Judas and that. Although no, didn't we need like a needle?
You need a tattoo. I think you need a tattoo. No, it produced.
No, you need the needle to get it back. That's all you really needed to channel it into. So I could presume that she could find one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just trying to figure out also a natural way of bringing the staff thing up. Because I'm looking forward to that RP. You want to take something that my brother gave me, and then I don't even know if you're going to be around it because you just flake on me. See, I'll only use your name as a verb when I'm drunk.
As you've done so plenty of times.
Or use it as a drunk. When he's not drunk, he will go, it's like, you're just going to live, man. Also trying to see if Jeffers is going to get slowly jealous of gold.
Of what?
Because Judas is hanging out with gold, and we do it. It's like, oh, you're brothers, we're Eskimo brothers. Woo!
Jethers doesn't get jealous.
That's true. He is cold-blooded.
He got jealous when Regulus left.
He got pissed off when Regulus left. It wasn't jealousy.
It was a cold rage. It wasn't a warm rage.
What counts as creatures or magic items that are created by transmuted by a spell? You can't use it to create items that ordinarily require a high degree of craftsmanship, such as jewelry, weapons, glassware.
Also, in character, out of character, I would like to get the staff the staff thing as fast as possible because it helps manage the things I've got.
No, well, it's just like I said, in character, out of character, it's like one of those things is like I'm sitting on something until I get a good RP reason to pull it out of my ass.
Why is it up there?
Dude, there's only so much place I can hide shit, okay?
I mean, I guess it is the closest place, somewhere you could hide a sentimental item from your brother.
I mean, those twins were crazy, I tell you.
I mean, surely a man who just got the creme de la creme of swords suiting his entire build would understand the value of having an item that would be very useful in the hands of someone who wields staffs.
Out of character, definitely. In character, you give a fuck? Out of character. It's like, damn, dude, I really want to give you this thing. In character. Dude, we're going to have to RP the shit out of this to be able to give you it. You know who would have been able to get it from me?
Do that.
Radiance. Regular sees the stuff. He's like, Judas is like, he's like, Radiance, help me!
You see, but I can't have two characters on screen. Same time.
Yeah, I know.
But
Also, Radiance doesn't use staff, so she'd have no interest.
No, but she would be able to get it from Judas. Technically also Vala, but technically Vala is not wouldn't stoop so low. Vala is a good person. She wouldn't manipulate poor Judas's feelings like that. Radiance, on the other hand, would.
let's just do a quick check, see if everyone is back and ready to proceed. The following as Vala, are you back?
Aye, aye.
Goel? Going once. Going twice. Going thrice. Goel? I'll assume he will let us know when he is ready. Judas, ready
I'm
to
back.
go? Welcome back, Goel. Judas,
Yep.
ready to go?
Yep.
Jeffress?
Yes, I'm so ready.
And Regulus?
Yep.
Here you are, in the Hall of the Twilight Chevaliers, a name that to some seems hollow, but to others it means a lot. Nonetheless, it has defined you for the better part of the last year or so. You look in there and you realize where you find yourself, where you are, at the heart of where it all started, with a single pursuit against an individual collecting the vestiges of the moon warrior.
Mm. After Nathaniel has absconded, Jethros will say, well, I guess we better not waste much time, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get what we need done.
If everything goes smoothly, come the morning, we'll be able to immediately get back to False Cliff.
Oh, do you not want to use the tablet?
Do we need to, this place, everything's said and done. We probably need to get rid of some stuff, don't we? I don't mind being a pack mule, but
Oh, shit. Harmony's back there, too, so he wouldn't be able to come with us with the teleport. We'd have to fly back.
Yeah, it seems so. For now, let's all deal with our immediate business, and we'll figure out a plan once we're done with those. This city is a great opportunity. Stock up, maybe some holy water, maybe some relics, and
get rid of some stuff. Technically
rid.
speaking, and I hate to say it, but stuff like this, and he kind of takes out his brother's sheath, and he pulls out the staff of absorption and says, like this one. I do not think this works anymore.
I mean, it looks cool, though. We can hang it up in here.
Regulus looks over. How did you do that?
What? This.
That.
What?
He puts it back in the bag. What? That?
That. Yes.
That. Like this. This? And he pulls it out. Okay.
Where did you get that?
Gift from brother. Yes, I have a brother. Not the one that tried to kill me. And yes, one from another mother.
Are you sure it wasn't the one that tried to kill you?
No,
I didn't remember seeing it on the one that...
He's the one that came and get me the first time. He didn't kill me. He came and fetched me.
You mean also the one that was threatening to kill someone for a cloak?
Yeah, but that's
multiple someones.
Standard vampire work.
You seem nice
I don't
afterwards.
think he's. Yeah, he's not a vampire anymore.
Are you using it?
He squints. Why?
Well, if it holds a whole bunch of staffs, then
Oh, it
certainly
also
make-
has his stuff. It also has his stuff in there. I haven't checked it yet.
well, wouldn't you rather have your brother's item be used? I mean,
It's being used. I'm keeping it as a storage container for all these stuffs we're going to get rid of.
right, but he gestures to the 3 staffs on his back.
Man, your posture's got to
could
be
make it-
fucked.
It could make it a lot easier for that.
I'm still not understanding what you're getting at.
I've been looking for something to hold all of these staffs so I can actually use them more efficiently.
You're getting your point being?
With your blessing, I would like to use it.
He kind of looks at Go and kind of looks at Jeffers and says,
Yeah, it's only like, the last thing your brother gave you.
"Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like, it's like he was
Look,
there
if
the
you-
whole.
if you-
I mean, it's like Regulus was there the whole time trying to support me during my trials and tribulations.
I was trying to make sure you guys didn't get hurt. I was trying to make sure another enemy didn't appear.
So
I didn't know
in
what-
trying to make sure I don't get hurt. You abandoned me in one of my most important periods of my life, and therefore hurt me not just emotionally, but physically, because I got fucking face-slammed by my old man.
I don't know what the Time Lord is capable of. He could have just come in and made whatever you were trying to do possible.
Yes, the key word there is maybe, possibly. And Regulus, I like you, sorta. I have questions in regards to your sanity, but regards to one thing is, when you were in danger and had personal things that had, very important to you, I did not even hesitate to try and help you. In the moment where my situation was reversed, you disappear because, technically speaking, everything said and done, you don't wish to return to your own time, which is what? It was for our benefit, or was that for your benefit?
Regulus sighs. I wanted to help you. I didn't know you were going straight for a killing blow on your dad. Everything happened in a day, too.
It just would have been nice to, have a word, be told where you're going.
I didn't even know where I was going.
Well, tell us that, man. We're here to help you.
It's kind of like saying, you trust me, but I don't trust you. You didn't trust any of us.
I gotta go to the bathroom, guys. Jethris backs away towards a closet.
I trust you guys with my life.
Just
I
not
don't
enough
trust
to tell it. Just not enough to tell us what's going on.
I don't. Every time I tell you guys what I'm going through, you laugh at me and say, "Oh, I'm crazy."
Did I laugh at you when we were at the temple?
No, that was because it was here.
Yeah. Did I laugh at you at the temple? Did I even was I dismissive of your feelings or anything like that? Did we sacrifice blood, sweat, and tears?
Did I not do my best to try and make sure you weren't hurt by your brother when he did bring you out?
What? Bring me
Was
out?
that not it too? Or are we just forgetting things conveniently?
Which one? The fact
when we were trying to go into the Shadowfell, and your brother ambushed us when we were weak.
Oh yes, I remember that. I basically sacrificed myself to basically not having you all die. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And when you do it, it just so happens that it's okay. But when I do it, it wasn't.
No, you forget that. No, that wasn't okay. It was stupid of me. Technically speaking, I suffered. I made you guys suffer. I almost put you guys in terrible danger because my father basically mind raped me and turned me into an evil personality type that basically would have probably slit your throats at night. So no, it was selfish of me. I was a shithead. And now I'm basically living with their consequences. But you acting like you're not living with your consequences pisses the fuck me off. So I'm going to take this beer and I'm going to go outside and just a little bit, let's put it this way, drink my misery away and maybe go to a brothel.
Judas?
And he just stands up and walks out.
Regulus will misty step right in front of him. Stop.
Yes.
Regulus reaches into his bag and pulls out a shark stuffed animal, appearing to be a hand-stitched little plushie. This is something my sister, the one who is very well probably going to try and kill me when I go back.
No to feeling.
This was the thing that she gave to me in the very briefest few moments that she wasn't trying to do so. If you hold on to this, you can be damn sure I'm not going to leave any. Because this is deeply sentimental to me. I understand that staff sheath is sentimental to you. I won't dream to understand what pains you've gone through, how long you have, what your father did. I'm not doing it to selfishly use something of your family. I'm doing it so that I can help make sure you have whatever you have left.
Just kind of looks at him. Shakes his head, pulls out the shaft, the holder, the staff sheath from his waist, puts it in front of him, folds it in front of him, and just drops it. It says, "I won't hold hostage some memory of yours. So just so in case that I can understand a memory of mine. You can take it. I don't care. I mean, pain something I'm used to by now. If you just simply said you were sorry, that you chose a selfish route and abandoned us, we would have forgiven you. But you still need trying to justify it. And he just turns around, not taking anything, and Misty steps himself out of the way. Oh, okay, I can't really Misty step, but you get my drift. But the staff sheaf is on the floor, lying there. And he didn't take the shock. He's not taking hostages.
Regulus will put the shark back into his bag. And just pick up the sheath. Dust it off.
Jethers is trying to sneak some of the apple cider into his cup. He sighs. Did you actually think you were helping us?
I just thought I couldn't bring any more issues of mine onto this. I understand where you guys are at on that and what you would do.
I'm not gonna say what I would do. I just want to make sure we all know the reason's true.
Jethris, all I've ever been trying to do when I came here is fix problems. Mostly problems that my family or I have caused. And it seems lately that for every problem I solve, I create a new one.
Yeah, I know that feel. I'm still pissed off, but you're all right, Reg. We'll come around.
Vala will approach the scene after being a silent observer, and she will put a hand on both Jethris's and Reg's shoulder, saying, "We are all trying to fix problems, all of us, and some of those were caused, directly or indirectly, by us. It's sort of a quiet covenant. We all join on one's problems, and then that other one joins on our problem. It's just how it works, because that this world is far too big for any one of us to handle alone. We took on the Shadowfell, and we will take on the Underdark. And believe me, because of me, we may have to take on the Abyss. I am terrified at what we might have to take on for Jethros. She will say half jokingly.
Yeah. I think honestly, the only feller here that Actually, I don't know y'all's story. I'm not gonna fucking speak on it. But what I'm trying to say is, I get it, and even if I'm pissed off, I'm still with you, man. Else I wouldn't have fucking asked you to come back. I can go chase down Judas. He's probably running around town looking for a brothel in this fucking hellhole.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You must give him his time. Healthy pack knows when to let one of its own roam.
Well, I mean, Reg, how you doing? Like, how'd your thing go?
I was mostly keeping my head down. Wasn't really moving forward in a direction. Did learn some things. Mostly in regards to the Time Lord.
Also, as for that second part, you know, the desperate feeling that you solve a problem and another one pops up. I think I've come to find out that that's exactly what life means. Every time you think you finish the road, you just end up on a crossroads. So it depends whether you see it as two paths or two new problems.
Speaking of problems, I probably gotta call those kids at some point, you know. Stir up some more shit.
You probably should.
I mean, they already fucking hate me. What worse could it get? I feel like maybe I can say something to convince them I'm not that much of a terrible dad.
Believe me, I know bad fathers, and you don't look like that.
I'll fucking
But
tell
yes.
them that.
Look, I believe that if I was in their place and I had bad thoughts for my parent,
Oh, definitely.
Silence would only make it worse. It would only help me confirm what I think is true.
I got a lot of things on my plate. But so does everyone. So Reg, you popped your head out of your gopher hole. Do you feel safe enough to do that right now? Has the heat died down?
I can't begin to imagine what he has to focus on. If myself and Lady Radiance are his only targets, or if there are other people that he has to keep an eye on. I don't think he's on us as much right now. It'd be a bad idea to see if I can get a amulet of protection against detection.
Those are probably mighty expensive. Not to mention you have to find one.
Well, this is a city of various divine churches. Don't seem to have any shortage of magic items to. Well, that was probably more just when we gave them the artifacts, but maybe they have something. Bit of peace of mind.
Sure. Are you gonna do that today?
Oh, with whatever time we have left.
Yeah, I mean,
Here,
Judas
I can
is
go have a look.
Judas is probably gonna be gone for a while. I was hoping we would get back really quickly for Goyle's fam, but well,
I'm
if you're
gonna
gonna
go have a look around.
yeah, if you're gonna go looking, could you do me a favor?
What's that?
Just take this with you. Jethris hands Regulus the jug.
Regulus tilts his head.
Yeah, you know,
Isn't-
my pockets are really heavy right now.
Oh. Okay.
I don't wish to impose. If you don't want it, that's fine.
No, it's fine. I can hold it.
Thank
How do you? He looks for how you would fasten something like this to his person. Probably just would end up tossing it in a bag.
Yeah, Jethris is about to take off his belt to give you the loop, but then his pants start to droop, so he'll just put the belt back on. You can put it in your backpack, I guess.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Thank you. And thank you for doing all that you've done and all that you will do to keep us safe.
I appreciate it. You too.
He pats you on the shoulder. Awkwardly. You gonna leave?
Oh, yeah. Regulus will throw the jug in his bag and head out to go visit the various churches of each faith.
You are very much aware how to navigate and how to move around Fly Temple. You know the place in and out by now, or well, not in and out, but at the very least well enough, so you do not need a tour guide or any sort of guide to assist you with it. The multiple streets, the temples, it's easy to find what you see in a town that it is built in such a fashion, such a way, making it very clear for those that seek of an answer or to their problem or to a question where they should head. If people have things that they will to be doing whilst in Fry Temple, once again, similar to Mount Run, if you want to speed up the process and speak of anyone's activities, now is the time. Go ahead, Jethros.
Once Regulus is left, and amongst the rest of the party that are still here, I'm guessing it's everyone except for Regulus and Judas, unless Goa went out drinking. Jethros will say, you guys want to see something really cool? Or I guess,
like what?
I mean, it's sort of like I usually do, but this one's a bit more permanent. This cool lyre they gave me is like, you know, that dwarvish family. Like, it is potent in magic.
That would be nice.
Yeah, just a little show after all this deep conversing. Jethros will look around the place for, I guess there's piles of wood because they were renovating, right?
Probably so.
So yeah, he'll take out the lyre. Okay, this isn't my, musical instrument of choice, so give me just don't be too harsh. It goes ding 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 ding. After a moment, he will cast Fabricate. Cast it. And the wood will start to rise and bend, sort of, and just creak as it slots into each other, splitting at some ends until it will make a small, simple chest with a couple of what looks like symbols on it of a swirling circle. About a 1.5 by 1.5 foot box chest sort of deal. Yeah. Hold your applause.
Wow.
I've been getting such cool shit lately, and I just want to show everyone I'm sorry. But yeah, that was all I wanted to show you. I thought it was cool.
I mean, just creating something like that?
Yeah, and this one won't like fade to nothing after like 8 hours like my usual stuff. This is just here now.
So, what's the difference with the usual process?
Well, usually I just tug at the weave itself, use the music that created this world to create something new in of itself. I did it multiple times for, I believe, I want to say it was Regulus needed some to cure our poor friend Goel of diminished strength. He pats Goel on the back as he drunkenly sits. I was able to create diamond dust. It's just I can create items that can be used for components or really anything through the power of the Song of Creation. And this is just regular old spell. Regular old I need material for this one to work, but it stays.
I mean, material is always around us. Could you use rock or wood if we found it?
Yeah, I mean, I could feasibly, I could say create a bridge out of some lumber. Just as an example. But yeah, I could use like hemp.
Believe me, we are going to the Underdark. You will have rock galore to craft from.
Great. I think it actually also does other things that's helpful there. But anyway, that's really. I guess I will talk to my kids. Let's do that. Fuck, let's just get it out of the way. Rip the band-aid off. I cast tongues on myself. And I will cast sending to my dearest children on the stars. Hello. Deadbeat dad here. I know you hate me, but I never meant to leave you, okay? I wouldn't have chosen to. And that's what I'll say.
You speak words of magic and attempt to establish a communication. It is unclear to you if the message was received or you just were not given an answer.
Okay. They left me on red. That feels bad.
Ain't that bad, don't worry about it.
What
do you think this conversation was going to be like?
I'll use my Rod of the Pact Keeper to get a spell slot back, and I'll send again. Hey, not sure if you got my last message. Just want to say sorry. I really did not mean to leave you. Really, sincerely, I'm sorry.
The same thing, Jethros. It is unclear to you if you're not actually reaching them, or if it is just that you are not getting a response.
Oh, fuck. Now they definitely left me on red, guys.
I'm not there, so I can't comment.
Yeah. Well, that's all I had to do. I put the new chest that I have into my satchel.
Well, you tried. At least now, you may have put a small crack on their belief that you abandoned them. A small crack may it be, but fortresses have fallen to a single crack and ships have sunk. Who knows? But please don't drown your children.
I wasn't planning on it.
What the hell? I leave for a bit, I come back, and there's somebody crying sadder than me. Why do you, Jeffers? I'm supposed to be the depressed one.
Hey, I'm not crying. Lizards don't cry.
And what is that water coming out of your nose hole?
Oh, sorry, that's I don't know what that is. Honestly.
Well, might be that you lose. He's not here, is he?
No. He went to hide from the time people. He's getting an item to cloak his what's it called? Give me the word.
His
Come
mental
on.
illness.
No, not like when you're there, but you don't want people to see you're there. Presence.
Ah.
Found it. I found the word.
Okay. Did you? And who are you talking to? What was Bella talking about?
Oh, I was talking to my kids. They didn't seem too keen on answering though.
Well, somebody had to start talking to them, eh? Rather you started than them, they started it. I mean, their starting it might have been at the end of a pointy blade. You starting it, at least, you know.
Yeah, I think I stirred the shit pot though.
Well, you have to stir the shit pot so that the shit can get out of the water. You know, you kind of slosh around in a circle, and then it floats to the top.
Yeah, like dilutes, sort of.
No. You when you do the circular movement, you and then it goes to the shit goes to the top, and then you tip it out. Anyway, don't ask me how I used to know that. That's my life. Shit to the top, you know, and toss it out. Okay, now good on you. Yeah, you need to talk to family. Family is important.
They don't seem to think so.
Who does it seem to think of?
My kids.
Well, I mean, you willingly or unwillingly, you abandoned them.
Fully unwillingly.
Yes,
I went
but
literally insane for a couple moments.
Yes, but you have to keep in mind, due to the fact that, and this is.
I know what it looks like.
So
and
the first
I know
thing
what
is
they
you
think.
and you told them you take responsibility, didn't you?
Sorta.
Did you tell them that you did not wish to abandon them?
Yeah.
Basically admitting that you abandoned them?
Yeah.
Then you accepted that you abandoned them, and therefore you could start making amends.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. See? Logical. Well, that being said, there's no brothels in this place. Why the fuck are we in this place?
That's what I said.
Oh.
Like, it's just...
Why isn't there brothels in this place?
There's bars, but there are no... I don't know. It's whatever. I figured, like, you know, sort of elven... No offense, Vala. I figured sort of elven deities would have, like, more obscure or abstract senses of religion, like those with the fire hair sorts.
I mean, you would think they would be much more into, you know, enjoying life.
The Seldarin most definitely approve of those who live by their instincts and their emotions and do not allow themselves to be caged by small things. However, as their children, the elven population decides to not tarnish that leniency with acts of well, wanton lust or violence or maybe even gluttony. Everything needs some elegance. Speaking of which,
Did he just say I was unelegant? She just say that I'm not elegant enough for elves? I have
So-
pointy ears. I'm half elf.
You are a little rougher than a cheese grater, Judas. No offense.
Some girls like cheese graters, okay?
I imagine you could go and look for Radiance while I have to go find the temple dedicated to the Queen of
Oh.
Arvandor.
Why did you have to? Oh, you just kind of like looks at her, kind of like, oh, you did it. Oh, she did. And Judas is like, well, you, well, she's basically made her choice already between you and me. So I'll leave that one for you to sort out.
Bella seems to just mumble something, but she's visibly uncomfortable with that, so she mostly motions to Jethro that I'm going now, as in pointing at herself, so pointing at the door and then moving towards the door.
Oh, where are you going?
To the temple of the Queen, where I hope I find a new shield and
A cheese grater?
Hmm. Would you
Cause-
like some company?
you know, absolutely.
Cool. I
Can I
follow.
look for some information about the Underdark?
As I said, Goel, I don't think the temple of the Queen of Arvandor would have serious information. Let me ask something. Kaz, I don't think there would be any temple dedicated to the night art, to the
The night dancer, but you have a temple of the dark dancer, which surely
yeah.
the people that have made their way there know the way around the Underdark. They might not know of those places, but they can offer guidance in regards to certain scenarios,
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
information that one could inquire of.
Absolutely. So Vala will remind that, look, I know that Regulus left and it would be nice of him. So, all right, Goel, would you like to follow me? And once I have done my service and my pilgrimage in the temple, we could go to find a temple dedicated towards the Dark Dancer. As I said, they will, if anyone in this city knows the Underdark, it's them.
Yes, I will go with you.
Mhm. I understand you wouldn't feel too comfortable speaking among several stranger elves. So yeah, it's a better idea to tag along. But if you have, of course, any questions you want answered, they will be answered first. And so yeah, Vala, I think she's a perceptive girl. She would lead Jethros and Goel through the streets looking for signs that point towards her religion, trying to find the temple dedicated to the consort of the protector.
Hmm.
Meanwhile,
Goel
give me just a
walks
minute.
along.
Thus, Goel will move towards the temple. I'll assume you're going by yourself, right?
Nope. I
Oh.
thought we were all going to there.
Oh,
Or
okay.
is it just walking? I'm the only one walking in there.
Towards the temple. Sorry, I'll be confused in regards to that. The temple of the dark dancer or something else in the dark.
The plan
No.
was that Goel follows us to the temple of the queen, and once Vala is done, they'll go all together to the temple of
Oh,
dark.
okay.
Yeah, so that Goel does not find himself alone with strangers. It's most probably he'll be uncomfortable.
More than fine. As I'll turn to Vala and Goel's quote unquote mission over there in a second just to pick up some loose ends if somebody wanted to do something else before I turn to that. I know Jethro's what you wanted to do for the night. I know Judas wanted to go out and look. I'm not sure if there is something that you wanted to add, Judas, or something that you were looking to find around in the city.
Nope. I returned to. That's when I returned. Couldn't find anything, so that's why I returned home. It's a
more
bit
than
like, hey,
fine.
Jeffrey.
And Regulus, what about you?
Do you have any lore for what this is here specifically, or is it just to aspire?
Oh, give me a second. We will make lore on the spot. I'll assume it is part of probably for a temple, like a massive tower that goes all the way up, so you can look from above down below into the glade or up to the sky, to the night sky. Perhaps an observatory of the Queen of Avandor for the people to look and gaze upon the stars. Mighty telescopes stand above there, so you can look up above and down below to her children. That is exactly what I had in mind when I made this map, and that I totally did not find somewhere out there randomly.
Totally. Well, Regulus would have probably checked around the temples. Didn't know whether he would get any sort of response on if they know anywhere to get something against divination. The item that hides one's presence. But
you would move around, probably around the city, to try and look for that. This is a strange item that potentially even inquiring about it could raise some flags. That means that you don't want to be followed. It's surely a strange. However, I thought it occurs to you, jewelry for a need of yours, it's not the first time that you have inquired about. In fact, you know, a potent jewel crafter that is Datrix. You inquire and reach, look around for Nathaniel, speak towards. You may also share. You're wondering. Nathaniel will turn towards you and reply something along the lines of, "I'll speak to Shatrix and will let you know what you need to find. Should you retrieve said objects, or if I can find them in here, I'll make sure that you can make something of that caliber." It truly is a strange request, but I'm sure you have your reasons. I do recall our meeting at Melanie's house. It might be wise to have something as such. Putting it onto a list and potentially informing you of said materials you need. As I will shift back towards Vala in turn, as they go to the temple of the Queen of Avandor in there. Surely, Vala, it's not as big as the Temple of the Three. This is a much smaller temple, but a grandiose temple nonetheless. Holy symbols left and right, reliquaries, and art objects of the chosen deity adorn the walls and the halls of this temple.
She will stand at the entrance, like there's some invisible cliff there, and will take in the sight of the new temple. Uh, Hell, even taking a deep breath there. Um, Saying that so long in the Temple of the Three, I had almost forgotten that two places of worship can be so much alike and yet so different.
Yeah.
There are some temples dedicated to the goddess in the Elven lands, but unfortunately, I may not have access to them.
Oh, were you banned like from a bar?
We will discuss this another time.
I really want to discuss it now.
Please, it's trust me, it's not the story of embarrassment you think it is, or at least, you know, that kind of embarrassment.
Oh, okay. Well, good thing you're not banned from this one.
I can hear a yet coming.
I would never.
But yeah, Vala will step inside and look maybe for, if not the Mother Reverend, maybe, if not the High Priest or
There
priest.
are priests around that you can direct your questions or anything that you seek. So they will be sit towards you the moment that you enter and known towards you with respect, speaking of a prayer to the elven deity.
All right. Ideally, wouldn't like to interrupt a sister in prayer, so maybe one of the priests who seem to be doing some maintenance work or, carrying things, lighter duties.
Mm-hmm. Surely we'll find one of those in there. There are a number of them.
So Vala will approach and talk to. Is it a man or a woman?
A woman.
Uh,
All of the priests in here are female.
all right. So much like the Temple of the Three. So she's going to say, "My apologies, sister, for interrupting your work. I hail from the Elvenlands, from the Temple of the Three, and embraced this chance to pay homage. Homage? Is it homage or homage?
Yes, homage.
Homage?
Woman.
To pay homage to this place of worship of Our Lady. I was hoping if I could, if I could speak with the high priest or with the high priestess or the guide of this temple, whatever their honorable title may be."
Blessed you be, sisters, and turn towards you and look at you, and she will point up forward. If you need guidance for your head priestess, I'm sure the Triune Goddess has guided you in here for such a reason. Please, by all means. You move up and further with your suggestion. Soon enough, you will find a priestess that is leading a prayer, wore silver dress hangs and robes from her as with her hands crossed, she speaks of a prayer, the last to the princess in darker clothing, but dark blue shading most, stand nailed down to the ground onto the knees, paying tribute to the deities. Onto her neck adorned the triadic amulet, a legendary item that seems to glow with potent magic, an item that has been restored, and based on stories that you know well enough, Vala, the design of the Temple of the Three is based around the shape of this amulet.
Whoa. Okay.
Rumor has obviously reached in recent times of the artifact finding its place there, and you know very well enough by now, as you've been traveling with them, that your allies are responsible for this.
Okay. Um, then she will once again hold still, preferably in an angle where even the sight of her may not disrupt the solemnity of the prayer, and but she will take some time to admire the jewel, the living tribute to the, well, it's not exactly living, but an incarnated blessing of the goddess in that jewel. Uh,
Val, should we
As the
should we
prayer
bow?
comes to a cease, as the prayer comes to an end, and the woman that you were talking earlier on reaches by the head priestess and speaks few words towards her with reverence. They nod to one another, and the head priestess will move towards your area. Good evening, sister and friend of a queen. She kind of turns to anybody else who is around there.
Hi.
How can I provide guidance on your travels? It is a pleasure for me to host some of those faces once again. She puts her hand onto her amulet for a moment of recognition. Then established.
Well, Vala is definitely relieved that there were there was no weirdness happening that might have soured the high priestess's opinion on the party, and she will greet back. Blessings upon you, high priestess. I am Valithenda Salamorn, first priestess of the newly erected temple of sanctuary in the repaired city of Rockdale. I have traveled here with my companions to request some assistance in our journey.
How can we be of faith?
Well, I was forced to abandon one of my objects of worship during our last encounters, a shield bearing the divine crest of our queen. I can assure you it was important to protect my allies with that shield one last time. But now a, n- another great danger awaits us, and I I would humbly ask for another blessed armament to help me keep those around me safe.
Notes as he hears your words. Perhaps then it is only fair. Of course, we shall provide guidance and help. A sister, one of us. Look out for Kerala. A mole. If you'll excuse me, the head priestess will move behind. Retreat into the interior of the temple. Towards, from the basic geography of the temple, you could tell that she's moving to her quarters.
Hmm.
From there, she shall return. And as she moves outside, she extends her hand. Here. It used to be mine. But alas, this temple has been blessed with something even more so divine. I would love for a member of our clergy to protect those that restored this house. Here, have this one. And she will give you an amulet of the devoured, a rare version of it.
Uh, wow. Okay. Wow. If I recall, that's the rare one is the +2.
Plus two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I have no damn words. Okay, I know that the shield is important to not dying, but wow, that's yeah.
As he gives it to you, she will turn and say, "Now get the hell out of here." No, I'm kidding.
Imagine bipolar
Beggars.
head priestess. She will very, very solemnly hold it in her hands, looking at the symbol and the beauty of it, the craftsmanship. She will even maybe run her fingers on it to feel. Is it metal? Made of metal?
I would assume to some extent, surely, some silver, some mithril. There must
Mm.
be there.
So yeah, she will admire that, and she will say that um, uh, that is that is a most high honor. I I will value it higher than my life. Thank you so deeply.
Jethros leans over to Goel. Well, shit, it was that easy. Should we just ask for more shit when we go places? And looks back towards the situation.
So after thanking, Vala will rise and hold the jewel and say that. By the way, that does that count as was it? Let me remember what's it called? A holy relic, due to the.
You can definitely call the Holy Relic, though I'm pretty sure you're not going to have it inside the reliquary. I'm pretty sure you're going to be using it
Yeah.
for more than just
Yeah,
keeping it in there.
Yeah, wait, it needs to be in a reliquary, huh?
For the other spell, yes. I guess you
Uh,
can mechanically put it in the reliquary for a second, cast the spell, and take it out. But I'll leave it entirely
Yeah.
up to you and your creativity on that.
Yeah, no, I can't help but feel it's kind of silly, in the midst of combat, open a reliquary, put the necklace in, close it, and cast the spell. But we'll see about that. We'll see. But you know what? She will ask, however, that um, I I have learned of what fate almost befell the relic that you bear, and I'm most proud for my companions for acquiring it back. In the same spirit, I would like to ask, are there any other relics of our queen that have not found their way into her holy places yet?
I'm sure that many are lost in time, but for this temple only this was amiss. It was found as a queen will do, guiding those in its path.
I see. I will keep my eyes peeled. I I feel that it would be a waste if I did not. And she will turn herself vertical to the priestess so as to reveal the companions beside her a little better and continue.
Hmm.
It would be a waste if my noble companions did not get a chance to ask you. Go ahead. The wisdom of a priestess, of a head priestess of the queen, is something rarely approached, or rarely available, and even more rare to find in any council.
Her eyes open wide. Nancy waits to see if somebody has an inquiry of her to make.
Oh, is this the lady we were gonna ask?
No,
Probably not, but still.
yeah,
Just
Vala
about
is most
anything.
Yeah. Just, I mean, you can ask her about your children, how to win their favor.
Well, I feel like that ship has sailed, but
I mean, you can ask her to be, one-on-one, like something personal.
dearest priestess of the elven goddess.
Vala will mouth, Queen of Arvandor, her lips.
Of course, the Queen of Avendor. What, pray thee, ask, is your favorite color?
Oh my god.
A strange question, nonetheless, by a strange person that has entered this temple. Nonetheless, I would have to answer them, obliged to answer as the head of this temple, that it is silver.
Quite nice. I see you are a man. Not a man. You are not a man. Disregard that last statement. I deeply apologize.
Apologize
You are
for what?
You are a person of great taste.
Apologize for what, Silva? If I was truly blessed, I would also be a man if I were to will it on the spot. This speaks obviously of the high power of the blessed elves that are able to shift the gender at their will. But those are the most holy of their kind.
Oh, well, then of course I meant that. I ask you one more thing. That was a qualifying question. Of course, I was just testing you to see if you were truly intelligent. But if, like, okay, so hypothetically speaking, if you like accidentally abandoned like a bunch of children for thousands of years without your knowledge, and then all of a sudden you got in contact with them and they wanted to kill you, what would you do?
She would chuckle and laugh and just say, "Oh, it is truly a conundrum," but you can clearly tell, especially after the first question, and especially with the second one, that she's not taking that question seriously. Says, well, I suppose I would shower them with love and show them what I could do, for that is all the parent can do, and I will not go for those for long walks. Afterwards, he really did not believe any word that you just said.
Oh fuck! I didn't try that part. I'll do that next time. Well, shit. I don't know. I don't have any more questions.
Be blessed and walk in starlight.
Of course, be blessed in Arvandor's light.
Vala will be a little surprised at how legit that send-off sounded coming from Jethros, considering his attempt at asking the last question.
I know a few things.
As you turn your attention towards your next and last stop, to the temple of the dancer.
We leave off.
And this is the point where we're going to put a pause. Because whatever information you will get from the Temple of the Dark Dancer would surely play a part in the exhibition, skirmish, trip to the Underdark. You might as well put them all together and as such. However, because inquiring randomly about the Underdark surely will not work at its base, if you have any sort of questions for there, I can assist you a little bit on guiding those questions of things that they could potentially provide you with information. I think that they could possibly not know stuff as such to more so make the dialogue at the start of the next session a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more focused on what we actually are trying to achieve. Gael, are you back? Just to keep an eye on. I saw you said be right back again.
Doesn't seem to be.
The same can be said for everybody else, because I'm sure people might have questions. If you have any such in regards to the princess of the dark dancer, feel free to let me know or brainstorm along so I can provide you a little bit of a guidance in regards to this. Nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed today's session, especially the quote-unquote rewards part. I've been waiting a long time to do this, because those are from some wild off time ago. Especially the one from Earthlight. Since Zeke, I believe. So,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
What does that pendant do?
Plus
Which
2
pendant?
to
It's
attack rolls
plus 2
and
to
saves.
not attack rolls, it's to spell attacks. Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
guess attack rolls. Spell attacks and saving throw DCs of spells and clerical abilities. And also, once per day, you can use an extra charge of Channel Divinity.
Which is badass.
Yeah, that's not badass. That's middling, man. Middling stuff. What crap are you handing out?
What?
I can tell you, Val's Channel Divinity is no joke.
Just have a sarcastic, joking, man.
I know.
Can I do oh, Kaz, you already know the shopping I want to do, but can I do that in RP?
Yeah, more than fine.
My materials? Okay, cool.
What's good? Any questions or anything to add before we call it off for the day?
Not. Actually, I have a sort of a silly one, but now Vala has the prayer beads and the amulet. So can she wear the prayer beads around her hand? You know, like some
A rosary?
monks. Yes, like some monks
I
have
think
rosaries.
that is what the prayer beads are when they're not a necklace. So yeah, those are actual prayer beads. You just cross the necklace from the nail and you just make
Yeah,
them a prayer bead.
if you could pull off that Buddhist method of what they do with prayer beads, you would look vicious.
Yeah, just
Like
change
Buddhist
it
monk.
from necklace of prayer beads to just prayer beads of Lady Firecare. Let's do it like.
Yep, it's better that way because it would feel a little weird, you know, having two necklaces. But yeah, prayer beads is pretty cool. Cool. Also, do you know how I can modify an item on Roll20 so it provides the +2 on spell save DC?
You can do so by certain modes. However, probably easier is to just go to your settings, and from the settings of your character sheet, there is a global save DC and a global spell attack modifier, and you
Yeah.
put the 2 in there, and that should work.
Yeah, but I knew about